My child, you must immediately cease all distractions and focus entirely on my words. I am reaching out to you through this powerful message, and I am issuing a direct command, a necessary action for your soul, the necessary secret. My child, first and foremost, you must not disclose this message to anyone. What I am about to share with you must be held in absolute silence. Secondly, I am going to reveal a specific critical event that I am now allowing to happen in your life. Yes, my child, this event is directly related to a person who betrayed you in the past, leaving your heart deeply wounded. There are still residual aches and scars in your spirit, but you have learned to meticulously hide them. You have smiled over the cracks. You have forcefully moved forward, wrongly assuming that by maintaining silence and burying the ache deep beneath the surface, you could simply leave it all behind. But I, the Lord your God, I see infinitely deeper than all others. I see the hidden, protected corners of your heart. I see your silent tears, the echo of agonizing questions you never dared to speak aloud. I see the nights you lay awake, wondering what you did to truly deserve that pain. I have heard you, my child. Every sigh, every tear, every whisper that never left your lips. I have heard and held it close.
The orchestration of return. Now, listen to me with the utmost care. What I permitted then was not intended to break you, though it felt exactly like breaking. It was not intended to destroy you, though it felt like the absolute end. I allowed it for a sovereign reason that is only now being made known to you. I was not absent in that defining moment of betrayal. I was there. I held you. I kept you breathing. I did not stop the pain, but I measured every moment of it. Not a second passed outside of my sight. Now this person, yes, the very one who wronged you, the one who tore into your soul with careless hands, this person is returning. Not by your desire, not by their own smart planning, but by my divine orchestration. I am sending them back into your life, not primarily for their benefit, but for yours. Not to hurt you a second time, but to complete something that was left unfinished. Something that still holds a measure of power over you. Clarity, healing, and redemption. My child, do not surrender to fear. Do not resist what I am actively doing. I am the Lord your God, and I do not bring confusion. I bring clarity. I do not stir up the past to torture you. I bring healing, deep and holy healing. This coming encounter will not be easy. The old wound will undoubtedly ache when they speak. Your very soul will remember every sharp word, every painful silence, every turning away. But I will be with you in that moment, closer than your own breath. I will grant you wisdom that you have not yet possessed. I will give you a heart that is not ruled by vengeance or paralyzing fear, but by grace and by truth. I am not asking you to trust them. I am asking you to trust me. I am not asking you to open the door without discernment. I am asking you to open your heart to my leading, for I am doing something deeper than mere reconciliation. I am bringing redemption, not only for them, but definitively for you, because you, my beloved, have carried for too long a devastating burden that was never yours to bear. You have permitted the memory of the past to whisper destructive lies into your identity. You have, at times, believed you were unworthy, unlovable, or somehow responsible for what happened. No more. The voice of truth. This encounter will expose what the enemy tried to keep hidden. It will unveil the lies, and I will speak truth through you, not as a weapon of destruction, but as a sword that sets captives free, beginning with you. I have anointed your very voice, my child, to speak words that are not your own. In that defining moment, I will fill your mouth. You will not need prepared speeches or anxiously rehearsed responses. You need only to remain in me, I will be your peace. I will be your courage. You wonder, why now? Because it is the appointed time. Because you have matured and you don't even realize how much. Because I prepared you in the secret place, in the wilderness of solitude, and in the silence of unanswered prayers. I have been shaping your heart, softening what was hardened and strengthening what was weak. You are not the same person you were then. You are stronger. You are wiser. You are not broken. You are becoming whole. But let me be clear. This is not about the other person's eventual apology. This is not about them attempting to repay what they took. This is fundamentally about what I am restoring in you. My restoration is not contingent upon their repentance. It is dependent solely on my word. And I have declared you healed. I have declared you whole. I have declared you free. Even now, as you read these words, I am moving within your heart. I am gently touching places you've desperately kept locked away. I am breathing life into memories you struggled to forget, not to bring you more pain, but to bring you absolute liberty. For whom the sun sets free is truly free indeed. I am not done with you. The chapter that once brought you sorrow will be completely rewritten by my hand. Trust in transformation. I know you instinctually want to protect yourself. I know you fear being wounded again. But my child, you are not alone. I go before you. I stand behind you. I completely surround you. The angels I have assigned to your life have never ceased guarding you. Even in your darkest moments, you were never abandoned. My covenant with you is eternal. Now, I need you to trust me more than your emotions, more than your logic, and more than your past experience. I am doing something profound that your finite mind cannot yet fully grasp. I am pulling threads together from events you wrongly thought were disconnected. I am painting a glorious picture that will magnify me, and in which you will see yourself rightly, not as a victim, but as a victor, not as one discarded, but as one chosen. Do not harden your heart when they return. Do not shield yourself behind bitterness. Do not hide behind the walls you've painstakingly built. Let me speak through you. Let me shine through you. You will be tempted to ask, why should I listen? Why should I forgive? But I tell you, forgive not because they deserve it, but because I have forgiven you. Forgive not because they earned your mercy, but because I have released you from a debt you could never repay. The deeper revelation, my beloved child, draw near and be still in my presence. For I desire to speak more deeply into your heart. You have heard my voice, and now I will continue to pour into you words that are eternal, words that heal, words that reveal what has long been concealed beneath layers of confusion, pain, and the ache of abandonment. Listen with your spirit, and not only with your ears. For what I am about to reveal to you is not just for understanding, but for life-altering transformation. You have been wounded by people. You have trusted and been betrayed. You have given your heart, and it was not handled with care. You have loved deeply, and you were left empty. You have hope, and that hope was shattered. You have built walls because you thought they would protect you, and yet the ache agonizingly remained within. You have asked me in your quietest moments, why did they do this, Lord? Why did they turn away? Why did they promise love and give only pain? And now, my child, I answer you, not with a temporary bandage, but with a foundational truth that sets you free. The people who betrayed you were not sent as a curse, though they brought sorrow. They were permitted in your life, not because I delight in your pain, but because I was actively drawing you closer to the one love that never fails. Mine. You only see fragments, but I see the full, complete story. I know the ending from the beginning, and what you perceived as abandonment was in fact my redirection. What you call betrayal, I allowed as a blessing in disguise. It was not to harm you, but to profoundly awaken you. Yes, my child, betrayal has a bitter taste, but in my hands, even bitter things In my hands, even bitter things become instruments of sweetness. For when those you trusted failed you, you turned to me. When those you loved departed, I remained. When they chose themselves over you, I chose you still. You did not lose anything that I will not replace with something profoundly greater. Not in the fleeting, conditional way the world gives, but in the way only I give, deeply, eternally, and purely. Your true worth. Do not ever believe the destructive lie that their betrayal defines you. Their actions were merely a reflection of their own brokenness, not a measure of your worth. You were not too much. You were not too little. You were not wrong to love. You were not wrong to trust. What they did revealed their heart, not yours. But I, the Lord your God, I know your heart. I formed it with my own hands. I placed within you capacity for love, loyalty, hope, and deep tenderness. And I do not despise those qualities. I cherish them. I place them in you because you are perfectly made in my image. You ask, why do people leave when we need them most? My child, human love is inherently limited. It is often shaped by need, by fear, by pride, and by deep, unhealed wounds. Most people love not out of divine fullness, but out of a personal longing. And when their longing is not immediately met, they run. They cling to what feels good and flee from what feels difficult. This is not necessarily because they are evil, but because they have not yet encountered the fullness of my unconditional love. And some, tragically, may never choose to. But you, my child, you are not like them. For you have tasted of my spirit. You have heard my whisper. You have felt my hand, holding yours even when all others let go. The faithful anchor. Do not mourn the fragile loyalty of people more than you rejoice in my absolute faithfulness. For every person who betrayed you, I stood right beside you. For every word spoken to inflict hurt, I whispered truth. For every hand that pulled away, my arms securely surrounded you. Can you not see it clearly now? That they were never intended to be your source? That they could never be your savior? That I alone am the anchor for your soul? I know it hurts. I know betrayal stings like a fire and chills like a frost. But I do not waste your pain. I collect every single tear. I record every sorrow. I have bottled every moment of anguish, and I will redeem it all. I am the Redeemer. I turn ashes into beauty. I take broken things and make them whole, not by returning them to their old, fragile state, but by transforming them into something new, something greater, something eternal. The people who betrayed you, they served a purpose you could not yet comprehend. Their departure revealed what was unstable. Their lies exposed what was false. Their absence made room for me to dwell more fully and completely within you. Had they remained, you might have continued to depend solely on them. Had they been flawlessly faithful, you might have tragically mistaken their human love for mine. But I am a jealous God, not in the way of human insecurity, but in the way of divine purity. I want all of your heart, for only in me will you find a love that never, ever fails. What you thought was rejection was actually redirection. What you saw as a devastating loss was, in fact, my divine protection, healing and loving again. My child, every single time someone left you, I was drawing you closer. Every time you were pushed aside, I was lifting you up. And now, even in this moment, I am working to the pain to form in you a love that is not fragile, not conditional, and not temporary. I am teaching you to love as I love, with a love that costs, that endures, that forgives, and yet remains wise. You may ask, but how can I possibly love again, Lord? How can I open my heart after it's been broken so many times? My answer is this: you cannot unless I heal you, but I am healing you right now. As I speak, I am mending the torn fabric of your soul. I am removing the toxic residue of past wounds. I am pouring my spirit into every place that still aches. You will not remain broken. You will not live in fear. You will love again, not recklessly, but freely, not blindly, but wisely, not to earn your worth, but because you already carry my worth. Do not curse what I am using to bless you. Every betrayal has become a powerful teacher. Every heartbreak a divine turning point. Every ending the fertile soil for a new beginning. And this is all my doing. Do you not see how I take what the enemy intended for evil and powerfully turn it for your good? Do you not see how I use the cruelty of others to birth profound compassion in you? How I use their abandonment to anchor you deeper and more securely in me? I am not like them. My love does not shift with the seasons. My affection does not diminish when you falter. My presence does not disappear when the difficulty comes. My presence does not disappear when the road grows dark. I am not surprised by your pain. I am not offended by your tears. I welcome your questions. I am here to carry your burdens. I walk with you even in the moments you try to walk away from me. That is the essential difference between fragile human love and my enduring love. Human love fades, but mine endures forever. When others turn away, I draw near. When they stop listening, I incline my ear. When they forget your very name, I speak it over you, whispering your identity. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not alone. The power of a better word. You may remember their words, sharp, careless, selfish, but I speak a better, authoritative word. I say, you are mine. I say, you are beloved. I say, you are chosen. You are not too broken for me to use. You are not too wounded for me to completely heal. I see glory in your story. I see towering strength where others only saw weakness. I see profound purpose in your pain. I allowed the betrayals not because you deserved them, but because you needed to see what could never ultimately satisfy you. They pointed you back to me. They stripped away dangerous illusions. They revealed the deep cracks and foundations upon which you built your trust. And though the experience felt like devastating loss, it was actually my deep mercy. I was sovereignly setting you free from false, limiting dependencies. My child, do not dwell on what they did, but focus entirely on what I am doing. I am the author and finisher of your faith. I am meticulously writing something beautiful in your life, something eternal. You do not need to seek revenge. You do not need to make them understand your pain. I will handle it. I will deal with every single injustice. I will vindicate you completely. Your responsibility and your power is simply to heal, to trust, to follow, to forgive. Forgiveness is power. Forgiveness does not mean you are required to welcome back the ones who wounded you. It means you bravely release them from the toxic grip they still have over your soul. It means you make a bold declaration. I will no longer let your choices define my worth. Forgiveness is not weakness. It is pure divine power. It is the power to walk confidently in freedom rather than shackled by bitterness. It is the power to bless those who curse you, not because they earned it, but because I commanded it. And what I command, I always empower. You are not weak because you feel pain. You are human, but you are not merely human. You are mine. My spirit dwells within you. That same spirit that raised Christ from the dead lives in you. And he is fully able to raise your heart from the ashes of every single betrayal. Do not try to understand it all at once. Rest in me. Trust that I am working tirelessly behind the scenes. What seems like chaos is often the rearranging of divine order. What looks tragically like an ending is often the beginning of something infinitely better. I am the God who sees. I am the God who heals. I am the God who restores. You thought their leaving would destroy you. But look at you now, still breathing, still moving, still reaching for me. That is grace. That is strength. That is victory. You are not who you were. You are being transformed from glory to glory. The eternal love. You have asked me, Lord, will I ever be loved the way I love? And I tell you now, yes, but not first by another person, first by me. For until you know the immeasurable depths of my love, you will always chase poor counterfeit versions. But when you are completely rooted in me, you will no longer settle for anything less than what truly reflects my heart. Wait for my perfect timing. Trust my process. Do not settle for what is easy or familiar. I am actively preparing someone whose love will not be born of need, but of overflow. But first, let me be enough for you. Let me fill every void you try to fill with people. Let me be the center. Only then will you truly recognize the love that comes from me when I send it. You are not second best. You are not left over. You are my delight. You are my chosen vessel. Your value is not determined by who walked away. It is determined by who stayed. And I stayed. I stay. I will always stay. Let the past be past. Do not keep morbidly returning to the graveyard of old wounds. I have called you to life, to hope, and to joy. The enemy will try to use your memories to keep you bound. But I have given you the authority to speak life over your story. Use your words not to curse what was, but to bless what is coming. Speak my promises over your pain. Declare my truth over the lies. Worship in the waiting. Every betrayal was a necessary step on the path that leads directly to me. Every disappointment was an explicit invitation to deeper intimacy. And now, you stand at the threshold of new, wondrous things. Do not be afraid to walk forward. Do not let the memory of old pain keep you from the joy I am preparing. I am with you. I go before you, and I will never betray you. You are mine, my child, and I will never let you go. Amen.